Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and it's your boy Serrano. And today we're going to be doing a comparison of the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, and we're going to be comparing it to the Samsung Galaxy A23 4G. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, but if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G versus the A23, let's just see what comes inside of the box with the A23. And you're going to get the wall brick inside, as well as the adapter, the SIM ejection remover tool inside of there. You're also going to be getting your Type C to Type A cord. So this is a really cool unboxing because you pretty much get everything that you need inside of the box. Now when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, we get a similar looking box, but just keep in mind that it comes with the SIM remover tool, and then it just comes with a cable inside of here, which is going to be a little bit different because this one is going to actually be a Type C to Type C charging cable. Now, a lot of people would probably be saying, well, you don't really need the brick inside of the box, but just keep in mind that most phones don't actually come with Type C to Type C charging cables. They come with the Type A to Type C charging cable or brick. So it's going to be hard to find a brick that has the Type C charging. So just wanted to throw that out there, but let's just go over the overall materials that they both have. And you can see that the A23 4G is going to be in a black color, but it actually looks like an anthracite gray or granite gray. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. It's like a deep gray color. It's not really like a true black color. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And then on the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, this is more like a gray, like a black, more of a true black color. It's more of a metal black or like gun smoke black. So I just wanted to throw that out there, but you can see that they both have some really similar looking camera systems. And when you look at the camera systems, you can see that on the A14 on the left, it has a triple camera unit. And on the Samsung Galaxy A23, it's going to have a quad camera unit. But we'll get into that in a little bit more detail, okay? Make sure you guys stay locked in with me. And on the top, both of these devices have microphones. On the bottom, they both have microphones as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. So you can definitely get wired listening experience. They also have microphones down there, and they also have a speaker down there. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And then on the left side, they both have the SIM remover slot, as well as the port for expansion up to 1 terabyte of external storage or whatever. So they're both going to be pretty similar when it comes to the overall front panel, because we're going to get a 6.6 inch TFT LCD IPS display on both. So with that being said, let me go ahead and power both of these things on at the same time. But let's see which one starts up quicker. And we're going to go through some of the things that are similar, some of the things that are different. But I just want to remind you to hit the like button. And if you're still here, just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. Okay, and you can see that the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G actually opened up quicker. So I paused it for 5 seconds and the A23 hasn't turned on yet. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A23 actually came out last year in 2022, which was in March. So it's pretty much going to be 1 year old at this moment. And the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G came out in January of this year, 2023. So it's like a 4-month-old phone right now. So we're basically gonna see which one of these guys is worth the overall value and is a better option, okay? So both of these have no recent apps running in the background. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is put them up at full brightness, and you guys can see that they're both locked in at full brightness right now. So we got the A23 on the right and the A14 on the left. So you can see right there, no apps are running. Let's do Play Store 1, 2, 3. That's gonna go to they actually closed, so I couldn't see which one opened faster on the A23. The app closed. Let's do Galaxy Store 1, 2, 3. A slight delay on the A23, but it looks like the A14 opened up just a little bit of a hair quicker. Let's go into our apps right here, and we're gonna start off with the clock 1, 2, 3. That was the A14. Let's do a few more apps and just to play around with it. Let's do the phone 1, 2, 3. The A14 again. Let's do a couple more. The gallery 1, 2, 3. That was the A14 one last time. Let's try I don't know. Let's do Twitter on the count of 3. Let me see where it is on this phone. It's not showing up, so let me try a different app like Spotify 1, 2, 3. And let's see which one opens up quicker on this last test. And so that is going to go to, let me just see, they're still loading up in the background. Both of them, it almost looks like it's going to be dead even. That was the A14 5G. So overall, the A14 is a bit snappier when it comes to the performance that we're getting. You're going to notice that it's a lot snappier. We have the ability to do mini view as well as split screen mode on both of these devices. So you get this nice option to do the floating window on both. One of the things I noticed about my A23 is that right down here we do have the slide to get to your edge panel right here on the side, and then we also have that available on the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Now both of these devices have 90 Hertz refresh rate displays, so they're both going to be 90 Hertz refresh rate. And when it comes to the specs of both displays, we're getting the 409 pixels or 400 pixels per inch on the Samsung Galaxy A23 and 405 pixels per inch on the Samsung Galaxy A14. Meanwhile, they're both 1080 times 2400, but the A23 is 2408, so it's not really that big of a deal when it comes to that spec. But let's do YouTube and compare like the screens side by side just to see which one is visually more pleasing and has a higher resolution. So let's just count the speed on YouTube 1, 2, 3. And it seems like when I touch the A14, it's immediately responsive, and that goes to the A23 when it comes to booting up the YouTube app. So as far as resolution, with the same video, we're getting 1440p 60 frames per second on the A14, but on the A23 we're only getting the 1080p 60 frames per second. So we're maxing out at a higher resolution on the A14. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Now let's compare the colors and their saturation on both of these guys. Okay, so both displays look pretty good, really good, and they're both full HD plus displays, but I'm gonna give the slight edge to the A14 here. It just looks a little bit brighter. Both the panels are at full brightness. Let me see if I could do this without twisting it. Oh dang, so I twisted it. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So let me just make sure this one is at full brightness as well. And this slight delay when I'm actually scrolling through here, but you can see actually it's almost a dead tie. I can't even lie to you. It looks really good little bit more contrast with the 1440p this resolution versus the 1080p. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. Let me kind of zoom in so you can actually see both of them a little bit closer, and you could kind of see what I'm talking about here. So really close when it comes to the displays and the resolution. However, we do get a higher maxed out performance on the A14 5G versus the A23 4G. And so they're both going to offer the Dolby Atmos when it comes to using headphones and the Bluetooth as well. All right, guys, we're going to do the mic test starting out with the A14 5G. Alright guys, so let's test out the A23 as far as the overall speaker quality. I don't know, so for me it seems like it's almost a dead tie when it comes to the overall speaker quality, but let me know what you guys think, which one had the advantage overall when it comes to the speaker quality between the Samsung Galaxy A14 and the Samsung Galaxy A23. Okay, now when it comes to the placement of the fingerprints, they're on the same spot, so let's go ahead and do a quick fingerprint test on both of these things. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's almost the same time. 1, 2, 3. One last time. 1, 2, 3. It seems really close. 1, 2, 3. So it's like almost a dead tie. The A23 is actually showing that it's got 5.1 Android 13, and the A14 has 5.0 Android 13, but when I actually go into these software settings for the Samsung Galaxy A14, I do have an upgrade right here for the One UI 5.1. So they're both pretty much at the same, download, I'm saying, software and everything like that. However, the A14 is probably going to get a few more updates, like one more update, like a letter upgrade than the Samsung Galaxy A23. And when it comes to the overall processing on both of these phones, they're both going to have, let me just show you what it says in storage for both, because you can actually get different models for both of these things, and you can get different configurations. So when I go to the battery and device care on both of these devices, it's going to show that they both actually have 64 gigabytes of RAM as well. So they're both going to have 64 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of ROM, and 4 gigabytes of RAM on both. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there too. Alright guys, so when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy A23 4G right here, we're actually getting a pretty decent processing chip. It's the Snapdragon 680, and so this is going to be a pretty decent processing chip. It's got some decent power to it when it comes to the overall speeds and stuff like that. It comes with the Adreno 610 as well, and so it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM backing it with the 64 gigabytes of 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 of ROM. And so when it comes to the overall graphics and stuff like that, you're gonna notice that it's actually pretty decent. It has a smooth and high settings, which is where it's going to get to the highest point. And so this is going to be the maximum level that you could put the graphics, and you can see you can get first blood. I just got first blood right there with the Samsung Galaxy A23 with the Snapdragon 6880, and it's going to be a pretty decent chip. when it comes to gaming. So I just kind of wanted to show you this quick sample of gaming on here, so you can see that there's not really any lag that I'm seeing on this thing whatsoever. It's actually performing very nicely when it comes to the overall quality out here. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And for the gaming on the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, what you're going to notice is that this is where it kind of takes the advantage right here, because it has one more level of gaming ultra and smooth. So it's one step ahead with the Helio G80 processing chip on here with the Mali G68. So it's gonna, I did get first blood right there, but then I did pay for it. But this one is gonna actually be very smooth when it comes to this performance on here. So you're gonna notice that it's gonna have really good performance as far as gaming, and so it's gonna be extremely fast, extremely snappy. The frame rate on here is pretty decent too. So, you know, I can't even complain when it comes to gaming on this thing. It just feels really snappy and really smooth and stuff like that. So I just can't complain when I'm using it. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. All right, so another area I want to talk about is the cameras, and what you're going to notice is that the A14 has 4K, I think it has 4K recording, if I'm not mistaken. So right here, it's actually nope, it's only the full HD, and right there, so you're getting full HD, 30 frames per second on pretty much both of these. So you're gonna see that both of them have full HD 30 frames per second and HD 30 frames per second. The A423 actually has a wide angle camera, which is a little bit cooler because you can actually go out and get that wide angle camera, which is kind of nice on the A23. And you can see right here, they both look extraordinary when it comes to pictures. So let's just take a quick picture right here. A23 right here and A14 5G right here. So they both look good. We get the macro camera on the A14 as well, and we actually have the macro camera on the A23, where you can get real far up and take really good detailed shots on the macro camera for both of these things. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. That's the macro camera on both, and this is the camera on the A23 and A14 5G, and it kind of seems like the A23 has a little bit more more depth to the photo. So I just wanted to show you that. But they both pretty much have the same settings, except, you know, they both got the 50 megapixel main camera, 2 megapixel for portrait shots and macro on the A14, and then for the A23 you're getting the 50 megapixel with the 5 megapixel wide angle, 2 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel portrait. So we're missing that, you know what I'm saying, 5 megapixel wide angle camera on the A14. So just to give you an idea of some of the stuff we're getting on there. We do get the slow motion, and we do get the macro and the night mode and the food mode, which I drug down here so I could actually get to it a little bit easier. And you can drag those down, and so now, you know, you can see they both have all the same similar features. So you know, you're getting all those features on board. So just keep in mind that the main difference is that the A23 has the macro camera, but the batteries on these are pretty much going to be almost the exact same, except this one is running 5G, so it might give you a little bit more battery drain with the 5G versus this one having only, you know, 4G. So they both have the same display, so it's pretty much the same, you know, displays coming out of both of these things. So let me know what you guys think about the A23 and the A14 5G, but I definitely think the A23 has a better wide angle camera, and they both have a really solid build. I actually like both of these builds, but the A14 will have better gaming performance and a better display. The audio quality is pretty similar, And as far as the performance, it's a little bit faster on the A14. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll get right back with you. But follow me on social media, watch another video on the left or the right hand corner, and I'll check you guys in the next video. Later, crew. Peace.